I'm Jana Matthews, and I want to talk a little bit about Adelaide, Australia, and why we're locating our accelerator there. First of all, Australia itself is, as you know, one of the continents of the world, and the landmass is roughly equal to the United States. A little bit less from New England, a little bit more above the Dakotas, and not quite as much down into Texas, but roughly the same landmass as the U.S. On the other hand, the numbers of people, about 15% of the U.S. Think of that as the equivalent of the population of maybe Southern California. The people in Australia are located generally along the coast. Cities Cairn, the Great Barrier Reef, of course there's Darwin way up north, Cairn, Brisbane, Sydney, Melbourne as they call it, and then there's something like, somebody described it like somebody who took the bite out of the cookie, and Adelaide is located there close to the coast, and then Perth is located in Western Australia. As opposed to 50 continental states, 48 continental states, 50 states total for the U.S., Australia has 6. Western Australia, Northern Australia, Southern Australia, then Queensland, New South Wales, Victoria, and then the island of Tasmania is also there. We are in South Australia, and the primary economy in South Australia has been dependent on manufacturing and agriculture, also mining. They're about to initiate large copper mine, uranium mine, and it also has some absolutely fabulous wine districts. Within an hour's drive of Adelaide, you have the Barossa, I've been told, Clare Valley and McLaren Vale Valley. Wonderful wine, some of the best in the world. Also, within a half an hour or less on the tram is the ocean. And a lot of people actually live in Glenelg, the ocean community there, and simply commute into Adelaide. Beautiful beaches, clear water, no trash in the water. I was there just a few weeks ago in what would have been their summer, and the ocean was beautiful. It's clean, unlike the ocean that I'm used to seeing, unfortunately, around the States. Adelaide itself is a square mile of the central business district, and on each side is a large park. Horticultural, rose gardens, beautiful plants, beautiful trees, tracks for running and biking and picnicking, beautiful grassy areas with the little stream river running through it, a large area that they have also for the arts festival, a big arts festival every other year, a smaller one every alternate years. The second largest fringe festival in outside of Edinburgh. So a lot of cultural things going on, a lot of restaurants, cafes, public transportation. It's just a marvelous city. Physically, it has big, broad streets, stone buildings that are sort of historical stone. I've been told it was designed by the same person who designed Christchurch, and that was known as the most British of New Zealand cities. And Adelaide, I've been told, is the most British of Australia's cities. And of course, I don't mind that at all because I lived in London at one point, so I'm quite happy to have British. And I'm an American, so I'm happy to have a lot of friends who have been and spent a lot of time in America as well. So that's the physical location in which we'll have the accelerator. 3 universities producing a lot of interesting technology, especially in software. Motorola had a software facility there for a while, closed rather recently, so a lot of good software engineers around. Other technologies as well, and I'm quite fascinated by the quality of the technology and think that we can really help people understand how to commercialize the innovation and how to actually build great companies, that Adelaide is pretty much on a cusp, and it's just ready to sort of tip over and become much more technologically oriented town with a lot of the things in it that I find that I've had in Boulder, Colorado, which I think can transfer over and be useful in Adelaide itself. So our accelerator is in the CBD. You'll be able to find housing in the CBD or on the outskirts if you want to commute in. There's lots of university type housing around and places that you could stay. For a 3-month period, I know it's just going to be a great experience for you. So we'll look forward perhaps to welcoming you, at least some of you that are watching this video. And if you have any questions about Adelaide, be sure and ask. Brooke Davey has a packet of information about Adelaide and Australia that we're happy to give you as well. So thanks, and tune into my other video where I'm talking about the program.